Family, what it do? It's your girl Tuty, and I am back. I am back with another video. Shout out to y'all, beautiful people, man. Listen, like, comment, share, subscribe. That's all you got to do to support the channel. Follow me on all of our platforms, okay? Follow me on my secondary reaction channel, Toot Reacts. Also, follow me on my personal channel, Bella and Toot. And then follow me on my streaming channels. That's on Kick and Twitch. Tap in with Toot. Make sure you do that. And then you can follow me on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? Social media platforms at Toot Reacts. It's everywhere. You feel what I mean? Now listen, we're right now getting into the second half of this interrogation by Ayanna Sawyer's uncle, Jonathan Quiles. Now this man has pissed me off the first half of the video and things like that. I want to stump him. You could tell he's a liar. But the thing about it is, what's really fucking me up is he looks like a regular schmo. And this is how our babies and stuff get mishandled. Because a lot of people will look at him and say, oh, he's a good man. Especially when he got a dumb wife who ignores certain shit and don't put it out there. But I'm just telling you, a lot of the times these men are chameleons. They know how to fit in, to sit in, and you'll be the last person you'll probably think. So stop minding your business. Check everybody. I don't give a fuck who they is. I don't care who they is. Shit. Here you talking about. Now we about to get into the rest of this vid. Let's get it. Let's get it. And pull myself up. Shit. I get a real attitude. Because this shit has been happening for decades. And at some point, women, we got to take a stand. Because I think that sometimes we ignore a lot of shit just so we can be able to have a nigga in our houses that we call our man. And now with social media, everything is for public persona. You know what I'm saying? You seeing niggas doing shit for the holidays, you want to do shit for the holidays. Even though you know this is a no good nigga who you met over Thirsty Thursday. You know what I'm saying? You ain't know this nigga, now he done lived in, moved in your house, and you trying to understand why the fuck some shit didn't happen to your daughter. I'm going to tell you how. You didn't know this nigga. You ain't know him 90 days and he got a key to your shit. Ain't that about a bitch? You over there washing his clothes, his drawers and shit, giving this nigga access to where you just don't need to happen. I don't understand it. Everybody in a fucking hurry, in a rush. Date for a while. Well, I mean, why y'all gotta go together so quick? Why you gotta let a nigga live with you so fast? Huh? How this nigga got the garage opener? You just met this nigga over a lobster dinner. You think just because this nigga get you some wings and some crab legs that he deserve to live there with you and your kids and shit? Like, come on, bro. Y'all got to start using common sense. If you want D that bad, go to his house. He don't got to know nothing about you right away. Make that nigga wait. Treat him like how they treat us at these jobs. Shit, even then, you got to wait 90 days before the benefits kick in. And guess what? If you don't make the bill, you get booted. You don't even get a chance to fill out insurance paperwork. Cause shit, if they can tell you ain't shit within them 90s, you going bye-bye. Why y'all can't do that with these niggas? And friends. Shit. You got some bitches that's around you right now who ain't supposed to be there. Nigga, they ain't shit neither. Stop making it seem like y'all gotta be all BFFs. Cause y'all done went and had margaritas twice on a Monday after work. Y'all, why y'all trusting these bitches? All of them. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the person that's gonna tell y'all. They ain't gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. One of y'all got a bitch right now who I'm talking about. Just because y'all going, y'all get steak tips and shit some Tuesdays and carrying on, you calling her, that's my bitch. No, she ain't. She ain't your bitch. She will fuck your man. Like, no, don't do that. Now listen, I just want y'all to have some common sense. Stop moving these niggas in right away. You don't get a chance to know these niggas. Now, a lot of people gonna wear masks in the beginning. That's what you supposed to do, put on your best behavior. But here's the thing. You give it enough time, that mask will fall the fuck off. Because a person cannot help but be who they really are. But y'all don't give them enough time to get there. Do it. Now, listen. Let's get into Fuddrucker faced ass. Ponytail. Let's get back into his ass. I didn't preach enough. Shit.
I know it's that she wasn't on the bus. My wife called me and said that Ayanna didn't make it home from school.
Okay, was that the last day of school before?
I don't know. I don't know. I think they had, well, I don't know. No, because my son was still going to school, so it had to been, I guess, in the middle of that week or something like that.
Okay. So you're thinking Wednesday, Thursday of whatever week that was?
Yeah.
Okay. It was actually the 19th. That's when they reported it. Okay. So right before the break. Right before the break. All right. When was it that you first talked to your brother?
I think it was the day after she didn't come home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she didn't come home the 19th, so it would have been
the 20th or something.
the 20th. Okay. That's Joseph, right? Same last name, Quiles?
Quiles, correct. Yeah.
Quiles?
Okay. Quiles, yeah.
Okay. All right. When did you talk to him again?
It was about, I want to say anywhere from 3 to 4 days after that. Like I said, I'm not too.
Was it after Detective Guthrie and I came out and talked to you?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, that's right. That's when you guys came to the house. I think I talked to him. It wasn't that day for sure. I know it was maybe the day after, or because it was Sunday, was it not? That you guys came. So yeah, Monday I believe I was spoken to.
Okay, so we came out on Sunday. What was the 30th? And the 31st was Monday, New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. Yeah, because I was at work. I was at work that day. And then New Year's Day, I think, was that.
And what conversation was that with him on the 31st?
Prior to him, I believe he called me. Prior to him calling me, I was speaking to my pastor, and I was pretty much expressing the concern and stuff like that I had with Diana not coming home. You know, this is not like her. You know,
Why would you talk to your pastor about that? Because I mean, he doesn't seem like he's involved with it.
Oh well, he's not involved, but I mean,
nigga ain't went to church in years. You bringing past all in this. Why you bring past all in this? He got his own problems, and you bringing past. See, that's what I'm talking about. You just tell on yourself. This nigga be having so many different elongated ass stories that don't even go together. Like what do the question that they asked you about your brother? How did that shit circumvent it to your pastor? Huh? Yeah, he said his pastor. I don't get this motherfucker here, bro.
My wife is super pregnant. She's high risk. It's not something that I can just she's already stressed on her own, and from the last pregnancy, it's just only anything that can have her prematurely go into the hospital. We had to stay last time almost a month in the hospital until we got our daughter out.
So when is your daughter's or your wife's due date?
The 28th. Like I said, you can't quote me on this month. And I know it was supposed to be a little longer than that, I think in February, but since she's high risk, they kind of gave her a lower date.
I know you said initially when we were talking to you, we're asking you questions about the disappearance, and you said my wife is absolutely has nothing to do with this.
No, what do you mean?
Well, you were saying that's what you told us. You're like, my wife doesn't know anything about her disappearance. She's not involved with her disappearance.
I never said anything.
You didn't say that to us?
No. It was never a question for me to warrant me to even say anything like that.
Well, we were asking about you and your wife, and and where she went. Like as I said, who took her? Where did she go?
We don't.
You said me and my wife.
We don't know nothing about that. Correct. Me and my wife doesn't know anything about her disappearance and whenever she left or whatever she did.
Do you realize because it's your wife, and also because she's pregnant, she seems to kind of be the dominant role in your marriage? That is also a possibility we've considered that maybe she put you up to something?
No.
And that we also need to talk to her too. And we need to bring her down here and talk to her also as a suspect.
You don't even have to do any of that. You can talk to her at the house. I mean, I mean, like I said, that wasn't you. I talked to the other guy. You guys could have called me. I would have came in here willingly to talk to you guys. You know, I mean, we have nothing to do with the disappearance of Ayana Sawyer. We have nothing to do with it at all, whatsoever.
What do you think your wife's going to say when we ask her those questions?
She's gonna say the same thing.
Are you sure?
I'm bothered.
Because everybody else is saying that you are.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate, but that's not the truth.
Well, unfortunate is a huge understatement.
Yeah. It is. But
Yeah, this nigga said he was an officer. He was a New York police officer and shit. Ain't that? This nigga here, bro. So it goes back to when a brother said all together that, you feel what I mean, that the nigga comes up with elaborate lies. This nigga said he was a bounty hunter. This nigga said he was all types of shit. You dig? He said that he was a recovering addict, never did a drug in his life. Not even Robitussin. I can't deal with this shit.
so, like I keep on expressing over and over,
I know you do.
you know,
But I also understand that this is a very difficult thing to talk about. And I know that it would be a very difficult thing to talk about. I understand that, one, admitting to yourself is bad enough, but admitting to someone else something crazy like this, it's hard to admit that, you know, you can be capable of doing something so crazy.
yeah,
But it happens.
not in this case, man. Tell me, not in this case. I have nothing to do with Ayana disappearance whatsoever. You guys could comb through their yard. You guys could go through all the video thing, and they will exclude me from you guys' investigation. As far as Samaya goes, in that situation, you will see how many times she changes her story, and you see how
You know what the sad part is, and I just gotta add this real quick, because as a parent, sometimes you might take the latter because you don't want to feel like a parent that then failed your child. I think one of the things that you always want to make sure that you do is protect your kid, especially if you're a good parent. So when situations like essay and this type of stuff come up, man, it makes you feel like this sense of like, damn, I ain't protect my child. You know what I mean? And things, and I get that part. But here's the thing, what's scary. What's scary is this nigga know that he did what he did to this little girl. And it doesn't matter what these niggas is saying and throwing and showing about this nigga. He will still fucking lie so bad that it would probably make the typical person question it. You know what I mean? Especially if it's somebody who's family, like his wife. You know what I'm saying? Unless she sees the evidence, the way that this nigga lie, he probably would just lie to himself into, it's crazy as hell. And that's scary. You feel what I mean? Because this nigga is really showing that he has zero remorse for this baby. He has zero remorse for his family. He would do anything for his own selfish ass reasons. And a nigga like him is so scary, bro.
reliable her word is. I know the young lady that was sitting here is completely adamant about me being the monster, but I'm not.
She never said you were a monster. And I also made that clear. I don't even think you're a monster.
Yeah.
I think people make mistakes. It happens. And we gotta deal with it.
Yeah, I agree. But
if you fuck up,
yeah.
you gotta deal with the consequences.
Yeah.
It's been that way since day one, and it's always gonna be that way.
I understand that. Like I said, I have nothing to do with Ayana's disappearance at all. At all. Whatsoever. I know you guys got a call from my brother. He told me that he was gonna call you guys. You know,
Why would he give us this story?
And see, and this is what pisses me off with a nigga like him. And this is why I couldn't be a cop. Because I'm a Virgo. So I gotta understand logic. And right now it's just not logical the way that this nigga is trying. He's missing it. He's trying so hard, right? To make it fit. My dog want me so bad because he hear my voice. This nigga think that it is so logical for him to come here. Like, what the fuck? He missed you. I understand that, but I'm doing a video. You can't come in here when you want to. You only come in here for a minute. Golly. He think that by telling these people that he's aware of what his brother was gonna do is gonna trump what his brother said. You know what I'm saying? He feel like just because he feel like if he's in the loop, it makes niggas forget. That nigga, that's not what we hear. Nigga, the fuck? This nigga's
so
crazy.
Like I explained to the officers that was here.
You can't be doing all that.
When, after I got off the phone with my pastor and I was talking to him and just kind of, just pretty much, you know, just venting pretty much to him on how worried I am about Ayana. She's always, you know, never once that she's ever said I'm gonna run away or did anything like that. Just always that she was gonna finish school. She's in, you know, high scholarship, you know, programs and everything has been school, and she's gonna graduate early, move out the house that way. It's never been that she's just gonna haul ass one day out of the blue. You know, so that freaking bothered me. And I was expressing that to my pastor, and then after that, my brother called me, and I was speaking to him, and pretty much giving him the rundown on what all is happening, and all that. And then I also mentioned to the pastor about the allegations about this possibly being my baby and all that dear stuff, and I also said the same thing to my brother, and his thing was like, all right, so then where is she? And me being sarcastic, it's like, yeah, I got her tied up in the backyard. You know, like, where the fuck you think she is, Joe? I don't know where the hell she is, you know what I mean? And I don't know what part of that he grasped onto and kept on that he couldn't sleep at night.
Nigga, even if you jokingly said I got her tied up in the backyard, where would he get that you strangled her in the car, you disposed of her body? Where would he get the sequence of other shit he said? It don't even go with the lie. I just don't understand it.
And he couldn't eat at night because had he have called me prior to that, because we spoke after that, and it wasn't even like a topic. It was more about, you know, because he freaked out on his wife and not paying his child support, so that was the main topic of that day. And I explained to him that you guys came through, and he was like, well, why are they even looking at you and all that dear stuff. And then that was the last conversation we had. And then this next conversation is, you know, I told the police that you know that you freaking murdered this girl. So I'm pretty much patiently waiting for a freaking phone call.
So
and,
you know, you talked to your pastor because you're worried about your niece.
Correct.
You know, we don't know where she's at. We don't know if she's alive.
I'm pretty sure that she's alive and she's well. Whoever
You
she's
still think
with.
that after all this time?
Absolutely. Because
So you're talking
I know you guys are saying, that all this here stuff, the dumpster and all that, but like I'm telling you, I have nothing to do with that. So my in the back of my head is she ran away and she's with whoever she ran away with, and she's doing great. Because that's what keeps me going, not all the other allegations that you guys are coming up with, that she may be in the damn dumpster or whatnot.
Well, can you explain this to me? you talked to your pastor because you're upset about her being gone.
Absolutely.
Because you're worried about the allegations.
Well, I wasn't worried about the allegations because I had nothing. I was just telling them, I said that, right. And you know,
right.
It's like for them to even think that of me, and that was you know, that was.
So you need. I know you told me, but you need to vent. You need to vent to him about this.
Yeah. because I can't.
Because it's weighing on you. Then why in the hell would you joke to your brother about her being tied up in the backyard or the job site?
Yeah,
Facts.
I didn't.
Why would you go into great sense?
That don't even make none.
I didn't go into any details. This is why when you're saying
You did go into great detail because there's no way in hell that your brother would know those details, and there's no way in hell
I'm telling you,
that
I
video
don't know.
him,
Yeah.
he would be able to tell
No,
us
this is
everything about.
the video chat. This is where you guys are messing up. The video chat is something when he first swapped over from my iPhone to the Android, he was able to video chat again. So I work on a lot of the loaders. I do the excavator. I'm all around guy over there. So I got, and it's still in the damn loader itself. I got my phone case to be held there, and I video chat, and I took him around the whole yard, so he knows what's everything at all around the yard. He's seen it, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
Did you go
that.
through and show him like, okay, this building is where we do this?
Yeah, I said this is how we go when we get the cars for the intake. When this is how the processing, because I took them through all of it. I said we get the car, the tow trucks bring the cars in. From there, they get cleaned. They put all the junk in the small yellow dumpster. From there, I'll grab it, put it on a rack. They drain it from all the fluids. From there, I put it on in the back end of it. From that point, then it goes out into the yard. If in fact, if it's an older vehicle, they'll put crush on it. And sometimes some of the newer vehicles get put crush on because if they can't get any money out of it, that's just how it goes.
So the loader is what, a front end loader?
It's a front, yeah.
To pick up a vehicle.
Correct. It's
So
a
you can
tire.
pick the vehicle up and essentially drive it wherever you want on that.
Yep, and drop it. They usually put them on stands and stuff like that, and that's how you're able to kind of crawl under the vehicles to pull your parts or whatnot. So yeah, he's well informed on how the yard works. Show them the excavators. I've operated the excavator on video with him as well.
What is the excavator?
The excavator is in a spot where after the cars come from the yard, that they've been sitting there too long, and they no longer have quality parts to take off of it. And sometimes they do, but it's just past its time.
The older cars?
Yeah, they will bring and they'll if it has aluminum rims, it'll go on the side. They'll pop the rims off, and that's when they started implementing these new tire bins or whatever. Anyway, that's a long story, but from there it'll go to a pile that the excavator will grab, sit it, put the forks on it, because they have like these crunchers that just hold the car down. The motor gets ripped out, the wiring harness gets pulled, and then from there it'll go into a crusher. And then I think they do 4, depends on the weight of the vehicle, sometimes 3, 4 stacks of it. Then they wrap it, and then they'll put it on a 53-foot, flatbed trailer, and it goes to a crushing company or whatnot.
Where do they keep the older vehicles?
Now it depends what type of older vehicles. What are you saying? Like
The ones that have been.
Monte-Carlos? Oh no, so this is how it's set. You have the imports on one side, you have the Fords, GMs, and you have, they just set them up in categories like Ford trucks, the trucks and stuff like that. Something like SUVs, vans, and trucks, they'll go in one spot. Like 2-door cars, convertibles, Mustangs, that will go in one spot. Then the imports and the Honda Civics and all that will go in one spot. So how they do it is once they'll pull this row here. The next roll that needs to get pulled is this one. The only rolls that don't get pulled by a certain time is these ones that's all the way in the back, and those are like old school cars, like
Are those kept separate from everything else?
Yeah, those are more towards the rear end, and it's still in the same yard, but they sit there longer. They won't rotate those.
I don't think she was crushed. I don't feel like y'all think she was crushed. Wouldn't they be able to tell that though? And wouldn't that be the first thing that they would check? Now, the only reason why it's blowing me because they found some of her clothes in the landfill, right? And that's why I can't wait till we get into the evidence so we can do a deep dive on that. But do y'all think they could have did it? Y'all think so? Damn.
cars because they're like classic cars, like, you know, the old Bentleys, the old, you know, whatever, you know, all the old cars, Monte Carlos, anything 85s or older, they stay in there. But the majority of the other cars.
See, by them working with cars, it's so easy for you to be able to transport a body. Because some of the equipment that they deal with, it wouldn't be far-fetched, you know, for people to see them with that type of shit. And a body can fit in all that, the barrels and all of that shit. And by both of these folks working with cars, it just pisses me off. It makes me so mad. It almost just make me feel like this, like, do y'all think it's possible for him to have watched this trial? It's just too much shit that's similar, bro.
They kind of get rotated every week or every week sometimes. Sometimes it depends on what all you get in. If you get a lot of imports in, then the imports are going to get rotated more than the other cars. And if you have like trucks and buses and stuff like that, they will usually rotate. It just all depends.
Did they tell you which cars to go out and pick up?
They will give a roll to Wayne. Wayne is the guy that normally pulls the rolls, and his helper is Don. So he has a ground guy, and then they'll give a sticky note, usually on the window, because they pre-plan what rolls they're gonna pull due to the inventory that just came in for the day. Sometimes they get 80 cars in, and sometimes they get 40. It's been light these past days, so. You know, sometimes it's 100 cars. You know, it all depends on what type of cars they get and what's the availability as far as space goes.
Are those the only guys that pick those cars up?
Wayne is the roll puller. You have Earl Moore. He operates the rack, so he will pick up the vehicles from intake that were just cleaned out, set them down onto the rack. They get drained, and then he will put them into a line, which, you know, SUVs is in one line, imports is in another line, then you got Fords.
Is this the same thing that you do?
No, well, it depends.
You mentioned picking the cars up and putting them in the crusher.
Correct.
I think that's what it's called.
Now, yeah, that's it all depends on if we short guys, you know. If Earl doesn't come in, Wayne he's a big baby, so he'll cry about something not working on his machine. He'll park his machine and he'll leave out. And at that point, because I don't pull the rolls, I let Earl, because they have more experience in doing that. And truthfully, it keeps me in the vicinity because I normally will give guys proper PPE, you know, whatever they need. So I'll stay in this one area where the rack is, or if not, I'll feed the guys in the concrete yard.
Do you ever go out and do that?
Which means, pick up. No, not in the yard. I don't pull cars from the yard. I've never done that.
Okay.
I like to keep it that way. And the reason why is it just gets stupid sometimes as far as. You got customers there, you know, you're trying to pull the roll, they're still trying to pull parts and all that. So I leave that to Earl, and Earl is more, he likes to do that because he's able to be on his phone, he's not being watched and stuff like that. So if Wayne is not doing it, Earl is doing it. And
he just tells an overabundance of information that he don't have to. And only a liar does that shit. Only somebody that's trying to motherfucking, like, you know what I'm saying? I can't stand a nigga like him. It's like if I ask you one direct question, why are you telling me this extra shit? I didn't ask for that Like, I don't care. What, nigga, I asked you the question. Like, the fuck?
If we have both of them gone, which is very rare, I'll have to shut down vehicles going out into the yard. No rolls are going to get pulled and no vehicles are going to go in the yard. And then what all I will do is take the processed vehicles that come in and stack them on the rack, and then stack up those behind the rack. There's lanes that you stack those cars that was processed that has no fluids and stuff in the vehicle. And we'll wait till they get back, and then they'll know how to run them all out. There's another guy named Red. Red, yeah. I don't know his real name, but it has to do the reason why they call it Red.
What's your preacher's name?
Don Johnson.
Yeah. Where's he preach at?
The House of Prayer. It's off of Crestline Drive. It's behind the Roses, right off. So you got the Arlington Expressway.
Mm-hmm.
You have that big old Roses right there. Actually, where that guy got robbed and they shot him, the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
The Roses is right there, and then behind that.
And over off Mirror Road.
Was it Mirror Road? No. This is we talking a little while back. They shot the guy that was behind the register, the old guy, and he gave him, the story went that he gave him the money, and that guy ended up shooting him anyway. So that wasn't, I remember, that was because it's closed down now. So is that gas station? Roses is right there, and then behind that there's the church, and then there's the fire department right there as well. So
Do you know his phone number?
It's in my phone.
Okay.
I don't know it by heart.
All right.
So
Well, I think I have a good understanding of how that business works. And I can see where your brother would get a lot going through with the video chat, because you're just kind of like,
yeah, I just put it in the windshield.
This is that.
Yeah.
How long ago was this? You did that?
Oh shoot. Let me see. Man,
A year ago?
I hate these questions because I get the dang.
How long have you worked there?
I've worked there for probably maybe going on 3-4 months, 5 months, maybe probably even longer than that. So when I first started working there, I was just like the mechanic type of deal, and then Larry broke his foot, and Larry is my supervisor, the guy that you saw in the blue shirt. Yes, he broke his foot, and I took over his position because I was the one that was more than qualified to do so, and that's when that happened. I was able to.
So within the last 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was able to show him, more on the ins and outs of the property, because when Larry is there, I get a list of things that they want him to do, and then he just kind of gives them to me. Just like when they came, I was doing a fence. I'm a diesel mechanic that works on machines, but so that's kind of the deal there. Yeah, he knows. He pretty knows. He knows he's seen the yard. My brother's he's seen the yard.
Has he ever been to Jacksonville?
He's recently. No, he's lived here.
So he's never seen that. Other than being on the phone, he's never seen that property.
That property, no, not that I'm aware of.
Has he ever been to your new house?
No.
Trout River Drive?
No, but I also showed that when we first moved there too. Even in the old house, he's also seen that too. I've shot him videos. We've also did video chat, because at one point I had an iPhone and he did too. And we did video chats.
Just around the house. You weren't like driving or anything.
No, because everything is just walking. The tire swing. When I put up the tire swing, it was a freaking awesome thing. So it had like 40-foot chains and big old semi tires.
Is that on East 16th Street?
Yeah, 1503 East 16th Street. Well, the tire's not there, and I got a metal rock.
The way that my head been a spontaneous combusted. Listen to this nigga. First of all, I would have had to been tell him, can you, when I ask you a question, answer that directly. That's it. All of this going around the world, and I know that why they doing it, because the more he ramble, the more information comes out. Even when he don't even think that is viable information, it is. But I don't got the patience for shit like that. This type of shit right here will be the reason why my career will end. Hey, this nigga ain't stopped talking since we hit play on this motherfucker. Do you dig that?
I just remember you saying that it fell.
Yeah,
I'm surprised his mouth got liquid in it.
Yeah.
But even with those video chats, what I'm getting at, there ain't no way.
He's got way too many details.
Way.
Yeah, I like I said.
He has firsthand knowledge of this.
Yeah, I don't know how he came up with any of these details that you guys are expressing.
What has he got to do with it for calling us?
I don't know that. And when I spoke to my aunt today, that's what I asked. Like, what was the benefit of him,
There is no benefit.
calling and doing all that? I mean, I know he said that he couldn't sleep at night and do all that, but it's like, wait a minute. You could have talked to me when you spoke to. If you was feeling that way, you could have spoke to me after like the third day or the fourth day when I spoke to you. When I spoke to him about you guys.
What you told him is tough to stomach.
What that was like? No, because it wasn't. See, I wish you guys would have been able to hear it, because then he's like, "Oh no, that's obvious sarcastic."
What you told him is a tough thing to stomach, and it's a tough thing to live with, given that he also has a daughter. And he wouldn't want nothing bad to happen to her, just like you wouldn't want nothing to happen to your daughter.
Oh, he wouldn't give a fuck. He'd be the one to touch her. He was sleeping with his niece while his daughter slept next to her. He wouldn't give a fuck. And this is why y'all gotta go ahead and just let them get on out of here. Look, we paying for these bitches just to stay around to keep. No, he shouldn't be able to do nothing, dog.
Yeah, I understand.
And you also understand people make mistakes.
I do,
and that's fine.
I understand that.
That's totally fine.
This doesn't have nothing to do.
Well, if this isn't a mistake, then what is it?
I said this doesn't have nothing to do with me at all. That I'm not saying anything about any mistakes. I'm saying this right here, her disappearance, her running away, has nothing to do with me at all. It doesn't. That's just flat out, man.
This is your opportunity to come clean.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you.
It makes no sense what you were telling us.
I understand that, but like I
None
said,
whatsoever.
you guys, once you finish sweeping the yard, once you guys do with all your investigation work, you guys will see that I have nothing to do with this at all. I'm telling you, I have nothing to do with this whatsoever.
What do you think your wife's going to say when we bring her in here and talk to her?
I'm pretty sure she's gonna give you exactly what I'm giving you guys.
What do you think she's going to say when I tell her that Ayana's DNA or your DNA is in her underwear?
I'm pretty sure she's not gonna believe it.
I'm here to tell you, scientifically proven, 100%. We're not bullshitting you on this case.
Your wife is going to go into self-preservation mode. That's what she's going to go into. She's got a baby on the way. She's got your young daughter, 4 years old. Four. Keeping up with your son too.
Yeah,
It's a lot to keep up with. You know, she suspected some things. She may have even mentioned it here and there under her breath. This is going to confirm what she knew. Okay? We don't want to put her through any undue stress.
I don't want you guys
by
to
having
put
to
her.
bring this up,
Yeah.
by having to drop a fucking bomb in her lap. And that bomb is the DNA.
Yeah.
We don't want to have to do that. Okay? But this is a conversation we're going to have with her. And there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out that she might not normally say. And you know that. Okay?
I know. I mean, I really don't want you guys to drag her all the way over here.
We don't have a choice.
But if, like I said, if you guys have to drag her over here and give her, the same speech that you guys are giving me.
It's not a speech.
I mean, it's
not a speech. It's evidence.
This is a heartfelt conversation. This is, bro, we know what you did. It's over. It's over. I know you tried hard to hide this. You did everything you could, and you failed.
No, I'm not hiding anything from you guys at all. Because if I had anything to hide, I would have.
But yet your brother from a state
I would have never gave you my DNA. I offered it to you. You guys didn't ask for DNA.
We asked for it. We said, do you mind if we get a DNA sample?
And after the fact that I offered it to you guys. So you
No,
didn't
I
mind.
asked you for
You said you didn't mind. You
I
don't
said,
mind.
do you mind giving me DNA? You
And
said no.
Absolutely not. That's correct. And I was like, look, I don't mind giving you guys any because I don't have anything to hide. Anything to hide whatsoever. I've been more than cooperative for this whole process here. More than cooperative. And you guys know that. So,
What? Did she threaten you?
This nigga lies is baffling to me that somebody can lie like this. Can you imagine knowing that you slept with this girl unprotected and you did all of this heinous shit to this little girl, but still feeling confident enough to say, yeah, of course you can have my DNA. Knowing that it is a 50% chance. You feel what I'm saying? This nigga is so narcissistic to where I can't even, I don't understand how his wife stayed with him so long. I really don't.
Ayana never.
Did she threaten to tell your wife about the pregnancy? Or
my wife
get you in trouble?
No, my wife was the one that told me about the pregnancy. That was how she stood the night the weekend prior, I think, the weekend prior to we finding out that she was pregnant.
Which was in deep November.
Yeah, whenever that was. But she was weird. She was acting weird. My wife noticed it almost immediately. And she's never in the room, like that. She never isolates because she's always in the front with Jaco or always in my son's place, and she's just always in the front. Like she's out and about, and she's just distant, at that time. So when we found out that she was pregnant, now we started recalling like little things that were going on, like she was always hungry or she was always throwing up. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know anything. We never put two and two together.
She didn't want you to. She didn't want your wife to know.
Oh well, no. I didn't know. I don't know what is going on with this girl at all. That baby that she's having or holding, that has nothing to do with me whatsoever at all. I thought you guys went and did the DNA with the blood that she took out. I mean, you guys could do that and you'll see. That baby is not mine. You know what I mean?
We saw that your DNA is in her underwear.
No, it's no way. I'm telling you, there's no way.
There is a way. It's your sperm. Scientifically proven.
There's no way.
Do you think we're bullshitting about that?
I really do.
We're not.
I really do. Yeah.
I'm sorry, sir. We're not bullshitting.
Yeah.
Why y'all can't just bring him the paper and show him? Why you can't do that? Cause he about to piss me off so bad.
I think you got a lot to lose. I think that the fact that she could potentially be pregnant by you, and you know that, has you on edge. I think the fact that her family was 100% okay, they didn't want her to be pregnant at 16 years old, but the fact that she is, the fact that she is pregnant, her family would support her 110%. What they won't support is the fact that finding out you are that child's father. Who has the most to lose in this family right now?
So then answer me this.
Who has the most to lose?
I not me, because I don't have nothing to do with the situation here. Now, answer me this. I make good money. Why wouldn't I be able to, if in fact that let's just play around with this theory. If in fact that me and Yana had a relationship going on and stuff like that, and she was to happen to get pregnant, why wouldn't I pay for an abortion?
Because she can't get an abortion in the state of Florida at 16 years of age. Unless you take her to some fucking fucked up backdoor alley and wreck that shit out with a coat hanger. Or is that?
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. Because when I was growing up, my first baby mother, Samantha Morales, so that's where I was going with that.
Okay.
Yeah, in New York, you're
looked it up too.
Freaking 15 years old.
We've looked up everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've done our research.
When I say we turned over every stone, we have turned over every stone. And we wouldn't call you in here, and we wouldn't talk to you, and we wouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt to tell us the truth if we hadn't turned over every stone. We're not fucking around. We're not lying to you. This isn't TV. We don't make shit up. Okay? Tell us. Tell us.
I don't have anything to tell you guys. I don't. I don't have anything to tell you guys. I know, like I've told you guys before, I know you guys got a job to do, and I understand. I understand my situation is looking crazy. I get that. But, like, when your facts come back, all of it is going to point in different ways. It's not going to point to me.
Which
Who
facts
do
are
you think
that?
it's gonna point to?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm talking about what we have at hand. You guys are homicide detectives. We're talking about my niece being gone. That has nothing to do with me.
Yeah, you better switch it up. Because I just see that you made sure you backtracked when it came down to that DNA. You motherfucker, you. You dig? And he's so confident because that's how you know he did something to that baby to where he is just feeling too confident. Even the wife said that he slept the best that she had ever seen him sleep after he got rid of this girl. And it's sad that he still ends up with the most control, not telling them people nothing. You dig? And that is so fucking tragic.
At all.
I think it has everything to do with you.
Slowly but surely, every fact has come back to you. When we came out to your house on the 30th, we asked you for DNA because we wanted to test it against that kit she had in March. Okay, those things take forever to test. We put a rush on it. Okay? We tested it against yours. And the dude across the street came back to both of you. His and yours.
There's no way, man. I'm telling you. There's no way.
I'm not bullshitting you, man.
I feel kind of bullshitted, bro, because there is no way that DNA would come back to me. Period.
How did it get there?
I have no idea.
Did
I have
you?
no idea at all. I've never had any sexual contact with any of these girls. I never got ever inappropriate with them. And I mean, there's one time that I call Samaya a hoe. It was like, whatever, hoe. And that was it. And she flipped the hell out. That was the only time that I've ever called
What
any
the
of them
fuck?
out of their name, let alone be inappropriate with them. So when I'm telling you, you saying DNA came back.
Did this nigga just say whatever, hoe?
Wait, hell no.
I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and these may sound very bizarre and out of left field. Okay, so don't be offended by this. Have you ever worn her underwear?
No,
Have you ever jacked off into her underwear?
absolutely not.
Okay. Your wife, she's a lot taller than her. She
Yeah.
weighs a lot more. I'm not saying she's overweight, but she's pregnant.
Yeah.
Does your wife and her share underwear?
No, my wife would never wear,
And you would never wear your niece's panties?
no, never.
Okay. Would they even fit?
I couldn't tell you. She's real skinny, so
Okay.
last I checked that.
Do you see where we're going with this?
I do.
At the end of the day, there is no reason your DNA, you're the only person that can have your DNA. There's no reason your DNA should be anywhere inside her underwear. Period.
Do you know what dropout is?
No.
It's where you have semen inside a woman's vagina and gravity kind of drops out. Sometimes even if you use a condom, you take it off and it still comes in there, okay? Sometimes it's on your fingers, but it's called dropout. Ends in the underwear. It's there.
Yeah, I get it, but it's not mine, man.
It is yours. That's the problem. The reality is the fact that you're going to deny it.
Because it's the truth.
It's not the truth.
Yeah, man. So
And it's not even just regular DNA. It's not like I just touched him and my DNA's on there. It is sperm DNA from you that's on her underwear. And you just told me there's no possible way, with the questions he asked you, that your DNA should be inside of her underwear. Period.
100%.
100%.
Well, guess what it is? And I'm serious, honest to God. God is my witness. I will come in here, put a Bible on this table, and put my hand and swear. The fact is, your DNA is inside her underwear. This is your opportunity to get on the front side of this as opposed to the back side of this.
Explain what went wrong, explain what happens, and we can work through it.
Dude, I have nothing to explain. There's nothing that went wrong. It's nothing that done.
And out of the blue, your brother's just going to call us up and tell us his story.
What the fuck is going on with my brother, dude? I don't. And I don't.
Well, we're going through and we're checking off boxes. All right.
The way that if I was the police, the way that I would have committed all types of wrongdoing in that interrogation room, I can't even explain it. The fact of the matter that he would keep insulting my intelligence when I have DNA evidence. So you mean to tell me that out of all of the scientific tests that we done did, yours is the only one that's incorrect? You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, the way that I would have socked this nigga so many times because the sickening that a man could just lie like this. Just lie like this. I have never seen nothing like this in my life.
DNA. Check. Got it. Confirms what we didn't know, but it confirms it.
All right. No, let's go.
So you guys charging me?
No, you're getting charged for the case.
What case is that?
A sex case. We'll let you know in just a second.
Okay. So, Jonathan, is there anything else you'd like to say?
There's nothing else I would like to say.
Okay. All right. Because I just want to give you every opportunity. If you don't have anything else you want to share or come clean with, then at this point I'm gonna place you under arrest for sexual battery. It's a first-degree felony, and that it is in regards to Samaya Sawyer. Okay? So if you'll stand up and turn around and face the wall, place your hands behind your back. That's okay. Face to face.
Put them like they're praying.
Yeah,
Like you're praying.
just like that.
Can I ask a question?
You may.
Did my wife ever receive the keys to the vehicle? That's the only form of transportation. Not just going to labor or anything like that.
I'm not sure. I know at this point, Marjorie takes care of your child, so I imagine Margie is helping her with the
She should also probably be calling 911 if she was on bed rest anyway. Probably should be driving.
Yeah.
I don't have to keep in mind.
My wife is
That's okay.
pretty.
Okay. I probably have one.
I don't like that nigga ass at all. You stinking booty ass boy, you. They a lie to the end, I swear to God, y'all. Hold on one second.